My name is Nora O'Gara, and I am the founder and director of ACAP. I have been with ACAP for over 20 years. The student who applies for ACAP has to be the type of person that recognizes, I don't know what I don't know. Most of the students that come to ACAP are first generation graduates still. They don't really see a lot of other individuals that they can model. So when they find individuals that will expose them to opportunities and to the direction that they want to go, that's where they want to be. And you find the students that come with that type of enthusiasm and drive and motivation, they actually just use ACAP as their springboard, and then they just flourish. And you see it in our alums.
My name is Odell Brown, and I have the pleasure of serving as Executive Director of the Accounting Career Awareness Program here in Dallas. Obviously, to run a program like ACAP, there has to be a passion or desire to see young people succeed. You have to have a passion for helping people to understand who they are, regardless of what profession they choose to be. You have to help them to understand that not only should they go to college, but have a plan once they get there. You have to see them as a potential asset for your company down the road, knowing that it's an investment in them. I think you have to see them not necessarily from a short-term perspective, a long-term perspective as well.
I'm Darius Thompson. I was a part of ACAP in the summer of 2010. I currently work for a Big Four accounting firm here in Dallas. ACAP it did two things. It exposed me to accounting, and it also exposed me to the college balance. And so I think the first thing it really focused me to really learn is time management, because as well as going on to ACAP, you have to do the normal programs, and then you also at night have to prepare for the group project. And so having that project to do as well as the normal ACAP thing kind of gives you a full college schedule. And so, I mean, we stayed up till 2 o'clock in the morning doing that project, but you also have to wake up at 9 a.m. to go to the first session. So that was the first thing it did. And the second thing, like I said, it really exposed me to accounting, and it also put me in contact with mentors that I still talk to today. And so I think that was another big takeaway that I had from ACAP.
Steve Jensen, Director of Diversity and Adjunct Lecturer at SMU. I've been with SMU 19 years. SMU Cox has always tried to do greater outreach to get more diverse population into the school. But Nora basically brought us a gift in the sense of her idea of what ACAP could be. One of the things we found early on is that sometimes, especially if you had kids coming from homes that had no history of college, the parents and the grandparents wanted to know, who are you and why should I trust you with my child? And so that's when we started having the opening receptions so that parents and grandparents could come and see SMU, bring younger brothers and sisters with them, and hopefully those younger brothers and sisters would then come to ACAP as well. So it was building a relationship not just with the student but with the families.
My name is Lisa Augh, and I'm a certified public accountant in Texas. I'm also a diversity director and executive coach and an active community volunteer. When I met NABA, one of the first things I noticed was that for their mission of Lifting as We Climb, they're very passionate about giving back and thinking about the next generations of students behind them. And as an executive, we don't normally have a lot of opportunities to sit with students and have them ask whatever questions are top of mind. And Nora and Odell did a great job of briefing me ahead of time, saying, be prepared. They might ask you what car you drive. They might ask you how much money you make. But they're really wanting to understand what is the accounting profession, because there's so many negative stereotypes about accountants. Unfortunately, on TV, they're usually the nerds. They're usually carrying calculators and pens in their pockets, and it doesn't look exciting. And they said, we know that you work with accountants all around the city, and they are exciting and they are cool, so how do we show the students that more?
My name is Greg Summers. I am the director of the Masters in Accounting program. I also serve as a faculty member teaching both graduate and undergraduate students here at SMU. I've been at SMU for a total of 15 years and running the Masters in Accounting program for 8 years now. I think one of the things that I've learned actually both through ACAP and also through efforts that the big firms are currently doing is the desire to build a pipeline of students coming from a wide variety of backgrounds who may not otherwise have been aware of accounting. They want them to become aware of accounting as an option, to see the opportunities that it may provide for students, both for students within the college, but also students even before they get to the college. ACAP is a natural extension of that opportunity.
My name is Kerry Wesley. I am the senior pastor of the Antioch Fellowship Missionary Baptist Church of Dallas. As a result of observing and watching lives being transformed by the program, it was my desire to do even more to help out. We've had young people from our church to participate, but I wanted to go ahead and do more. I think a lot of young people end up missing out on great opportunities to be successful, and they face certain pitfalls in life that they could have avoided if they would have taken time to connect to a program like ACAP. That's one of the things I like about the organization. We have people who are engaged, who are successful, who can tell you about certain things on the journey that you can avoid, that you can go ahead and prevent from happening to you if you would just listen and apply certain principles.
I'm Wyndon Blair, junior accounting major at Jawas Christian. I attended ACAP in 2013 and 2014, and I'm currently interning with one of the big four. I wasn't sure what I wanted to major in going into college, and after ACAP, I was certain that I was going to major in accounting. If I could destroy one myth about accounting, I would say that it's boring. It's not boring. I've had a great amount of fun and just meeting people daily, being able to work on different engagements. The food is great that they bring into the office. Everything about it so far is just amazing. For the corporations, I believe that it's important that we recognize the future early so that we can begin to groom individuals so that they'll be ready for the time when it is their time to be the next audit partner or manager or tax director or whatever, or what have you, in those companies. And I think ACAP provides the exposure to the big four and other companies sooner than if ACAP weren't in existence.
These millenniums, they're going to be poised and ready. Every year, another dual credit program is being offered at every school. How can now companies capitalize on that and support initiatives that will help them to have those qualified students, because they will be ready to transition into the job market a lot earlier because they're graduating earlier. So if we don't keep up with what is happening, then everybody's going to be left behind. And we're going to have all these qualified students who have these associate's degree, and you're telling them that education is a pathway to economic freedom and opportunities. But if you're not there to meet them, then we're missing the whole mission of what we're trying to accomplish, finding competent and qualified students. Because they're going to be ready, but are you going to be ready?
ACAP can be an accounting, can introduce you to an accounting profession that's there for all phases of your life, from high school to college and in corporate America and even in retirement. That's for the individual itself. For the parent, it's a support system for them to have someone supporting, their loved one in high school, college, and beyond. For the corporate partner, it's an investment in a future employee of that company, a future customer of that company. And for a family, it's an opportunity to grow and develop and to make a good living. And being able to provide for that family.